Hello, and welcome back to the aspects of the human being. This is part 2 in this 3-part series that it's basically to give you some foundational information, some background information, so that as we move through to the illness or the manifesting of things within the physical body, that you have a little bit better understanding of what it is that I'm talking about and how it came to be. So in this second part, we're going to be talking about the chakras. And the chakras, a lot of people have talked about the various ways that the chakras are, but I'm going to go into a little bit of a spiritual aspect of it. So to begin with, the chakras, most people know that there are 7 major chakras. There's the crown, there's the third eye, there's the throat, there's the heart, there's the solar plexus, sacral or navel, and then there's the root. And what I found is there's a little bit more to each of these chakras. So we're just going to delve into that, and we're going to begin with the root chakra and talking about the primary emotions and some of the energies that I find within this root chakra. So the primary emotional state that, or the primary emotion that affects the root chakra is trust. It is a foundational energy, as well as will and balance. They also affect this area quite a bit. The root chakra, most people say that this is the coccyx area or the tailbone area. Well, for me, it's all the way down to the feet. This is the whole of the root chakra, from your lower back area into your feet area. And it has primary life lessons attached to it. Energies that can affect it in some ways, negative or positive, or confidence and courage and responsibility, too much or too little responsibility. But we're going to go into that a little bit more detail when we talk about the spiritual anatomy, which is in the next part. And we're going to do that for all of these areas of the body. So the next area of the body that we're going to be talking about is the sacral chakra. Some people call it the navel chakra because it resides within the belly button area. But the primary emotion that affects this area is hope. This is that possibilities energy that I had talked about earlier. But cooperation is very much involved in this area, as well as balance. This is the creation center of the physical body. And what I also found very interesting was this is the intuition center of our body. So many people think that the third eye is the intuition, but we'll talk a little bit about that when we get to the third eye. But I found that this is where intuition is. Now, worry and family issues greatly affect this area of the body more so than anything. Worry is a highly creative, negative energy. So we'll talk a little bit about this more in the spiritual anatomy of things. The next chakra is the solar plexus chakra. So this is our mid-abdomen area. This is where the energy, the primary emotional energy of forgiveness resides. This is that magical key that when you turn it, it lets everything go. Cooperation is here as well, and truth, to a lesser extent, truth resides in this area. This is where I check to see what has been digested in life. How are the emotions sitting in here? And some of the strong emotions that sit within this place are anger, injustice, integrity, questioning one's integrity. That greatly affects the large intestine, the colon. Injustice affecting very much the pancreas, and anger very much affecting the liver area. So again, we'll talk a little bit more about this as we go along in all of our videos. So the heart chakra is the next one. This is where love resides. Obviously, as I talked a little bit about in the first part of this video, when I look at somebody who's coming into me with a very hard case or situation that you're going through, one of the things I check over is what's going on in the heart to see whether there's any separation between the physical and spiritual body. But balance and fear and hope, these also greatly impact this particular area. The heart chakra is like the meter, the energy meter. From day one, okay, we have this much, and day end, this is what's happening. But it's also the protection area, with you have your thymus gland in this area. What issues greatly affect this heart chakra area are control and family issues. Once again, family issues in the sacral chakra as well as in the heart chakra. So again, we'll talk a little bit more about that later. The throat chakra is about truth. And yes, it is about communication. Everybody sees that the throat chakra is communication. But for me, the throat chakra doesn't just consist of the neck. It goes all the way down into the arms, into the hands. And so it's not just about you digesting different forms of energy, but it's what you're putting out there. And what greatly affects this particular chakra are lies or false truths. And false truths aren't the same as lies. False truths are when I absolutely, totally believe in something, and it's not true. That's the difference between lies and false truth. Those create inflammation within the body. Other areas of concern are the unreasonable responsibilities or the burdens that are placed upon us and how they affect this particular area of the body. The third eye chakra. Now, the primary emotional energy that affects this area is fear. When we have excess fear in our lives, when we have too much mental chatter, so many people that I've come across that have had migraines, there's just so much mental chatter going on. There's so much that they are not willing to let go of, but they're constantly digesting in this area. And there's more to that, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But intuition, we talk about intuition being in that sacral chakra. This is the processing center for that intuition. You have your claircognizance, clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. This is where everything is collected, and we shouldn't be processing a whole lot of life and holding this energy here. We need to send that energy down into the solar plexus. Now, the crown chakra is supposed to be the chakra. It never needs any help, never needs any correction, apparently so. I have not always found that to be the case. The primary emotion energy here, all of them are existing here. All of the emotions, primary as well as primary states. But abandonment is the primary, because we are wanting to connect to our higher self. We are wanting that higher self to connect to our God consciousness or our awareness of all things. This is also the access to the 5 portals into spirit, and we'll talk to about that in the spiritual anatomy in the next series here. So again, not a whole lot goes on this area, but it does deal with past life. If I'm looking at something that when I place my hands on the head, if there's something that's there that it needs to be cleared out, then this is an area that I will access. So there you have it. There is part 2, the chakras, just a brief overview. We're going to go into the spiritual anatomy of the physical body next. And I want to thank all of you for watching this video, and please like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Many blessings of love to you all.